It's the college football world's favorite big cousin, Tater Too what? Too real. And today, guys, I want to pose the question. Did Florida State new transfer quarterback Thomas Castellanos just make himself and his Florida State football team public enemy number one in college football? Sit back and relax as your favorite big cousin Tater Too Real break it down for you. Stay tuned. Man, what's in the water? What's in the weed, the food? What is going on in Tallahassee, Florida right now, guys? Because their new starting quarterback, Thomas Castellanos, is either delusional or he is just trying to soak up all the attention and get the spotlight on him and his football team. Because this dude just went out there and pretty much blasted the whole ACC, right? He pretty much went out there and blasted Alabama, who they will be kicking off the season versus in week 1. Guys, Thomas Castellanos pretty much went out there and said Alabama will not have Nick Saban to save them, meaning he do not believe Alabama is talented enough to beat him or cause Florida State any problems. Then he went out there and said he tore up the ACC for the past 2 seasons on pretty much an average or below average team, because he finished that statement by saying this: I am on a real team right now at Florida State, so the whole college football world better watch out. Man, like I just mentioned, what's in the weed in Tallahassee right now? Because Thomas Castellanos must have forgot that Florida State team he's talking about that's going to be a better team than Boston College, they just went 2-10 last year. Also, they're going to be replacing a lot of starters on their football team. Their offensive line at Florida State last year was banged up. Yes, they recruited well, they're going to be healthy to start the season, but that offensive line was ranked 131st in the country. Also, they lost Akeem Williams at receiver. They're going to be bringing in new pass catchers like Deuce Robinson from USC, Squirrel White from Tennessee. So, yeah, they're going to have talent, but chemistry is so important in college football. Just because you got talent on the team does not mean it's going to all come together. How's the play calling going to be? Speaking of play calling, Florida State will not only have new players on the field, they're going to have a whole new coaching staff pretty much. A new offensive coordinator in Gus Malzahn, new offensive line coach, new receiver coach, new defensive coaches. So he better hope all of this come together before they play Alabama. If not, Alabama is going to beat Florida State by no less than 30, because he just put a big bullseye on his team and on his own back. Like I just mentioned, the offensive line was 131st in college football last season. A lot of the offensive line was injured and banged up, so I will give them a pass on that. But you cannot just go out there and make these statements when you have no chemistry, no practices with this Florida State football team. So Alabama is going to come in pissed off. All the teams in the ACC is going to come in pissed off. Thomas Castellanos just made himself public enemy number one in college football. Not only are the fans and the other teams going to be putting that heat on Thomas Castellanos, but the college football media as a whole is going to put heat on Thomas Castellanos. Do not believe for 1 second when Florida State plays Alabama, the first game of the season, by the way, that ESPN is not going to bring these comments up. So it's going to be bulletin board material for Alabama. And when you look at Florida State's schedule, they kind of have a favorable schedule to have a successful season, right? Their 3 hardest games is Florida, Alabama, and Clemson. Miami is going to be good, but we don't know how good Miami is going to be. They're in a similar situation as Florida State, replacing a new quarterback, new pass catchers, so forth and so on. Miami will have a strong offensive line though, but they're still going to be adding new players to their team. Virginia Tech will have Kyron Jones at quarterback, but I do believe Florida State just have enough talent to beat those teams, right? So best case scenario, in my honest opinion, for Florida State is 9-3. Worst case scenario for Florida State is probably 7-5. But either way, I do believe Florida State will make a bowl game. And I want to say this before I conclude this video on why Thomas Castellanos just made himself the biggest target in college football. This can go one or two ways, right? He is definitely going to get all the college football attention in week 1 versus Alabama. So if he goes out there and has a good game, right? Now he's going to be in the Heisman Trophy conversation. He's going to be on the Heisman Trophy watch list throughout the season. So getting all this attention can go one or two ways. It's either going to make him look like the smartest man in college football or the biggest jackass in college football. Thomas Castellanos, you are up, and the college football world is watching. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.